Themselves in fourth place in the Eastern Conference. Coach Brett Brown said that's the first thing his team saw when they stepped into the breakfast room at the hotel. On the big board, you're in fourth. Don't let it slip away.
I loved his comment, David. Basically, nice cut.
Over the years, the Magic have had some really horrific uniforms. That's got to be one of the nicer uniforms I've ever seen them don.
Nice move by Gordon on Simmons. There is Redick, and Augustine saying his prayers as JJ. Magic still shut out. They're an average scoring team, and if they win, they'll go to 41-41, guaranteeing a 500 or better record for the Spurs for Robert Covington. Gordon taking on Simmons, and he'll burst by the Sixers to begin the game. Embiid, wow.
When you're that good.
Covington, I think he thought he was fouled. That's
Still shaking his head.
Covington, his second bucket, like his team having a terrific month of March. Draftee of the Magic, right?
Yeah.
They made some decent picks recently in the lottery, but they've traded those guys away.
Yeah, guys like Donatas Sabonis. You talked about Oladipo. Both of those guys gone in the Serge Ibaka trade. Way to bring it home, Mark.
Amir Johnson for the first time. Vucevic lacing the...
Isn't open. Got to have two guys in it who are a threat.
Bellinelli got it. Terrific guy from Bologna, Italy. That's Augustine. And it's captured by Simmons.
Nice.
Well done by the Sixers. And, you know, it's tick. Of course, you might trace it back to Red Hour way back in the day. Augustine taking McConnell, and he has his 10 points per game, playing with his 8th different NBA team. Ilyasova for a three, and he knocked it down. Unable to complete their business.
Arizona against Arizona. TJ that time sitting in Gordon's lap.
Hence the extra minutes for McConnell, Justin Anderson, some bench guys. There's Mac Biyombo. Joel Embiid is back. Ilyasova squeezing Mac. Once had a cup of coffee with the Sixers on the floor. There's Anderson teeing up a three and dominating here in the first. Biyombo spotted. Notice Valanciunas spent some time out of the lineup and was injured, and Biyombo got to do some.
Before the coaches pointed out, holding each other accountable in that last time out, JJ said, look, great pass, next time it goes down.
Was come on. 6'9", 220. This would be Birch. Sheldon Mack right now at the controls for the Magic. That is a three. And how about the developments at UConn? Well, reportedly their new men's coach.
Who did they look?
And according to reports, Pittsburgh actually offered him more, but he felt, according to the report, that quicker than he could have picked.
More recent history of winning, even with their last coach, Kevin Ollie. Nice. You want in your toolbox, you don't want one specific, one job kind of tool. You want a tool that is versatile. Irsan, certainly that.
Whoa! Afflalo, it is for three, and he drains it.
You and about, what, 5.5, 6 million for the greater Philadelphia area fans?
And as Molly mentioned, this being Philly South. Here, Vucevic only 25.
Did not give up any territory he did not want to. Let Vucevic get to the post and to a point.
Listen, it was a great gesture. The fans who showed up had a great time. Halfway point of the second. He is in there to look for his shot.
Yeah, and he's been kind of getting abused a little bit defensively, so he's trying to get that back.
Corralled by Simmons. Simmons, wow. No one. And that's a Cardinals, as they did the rest of the starters and never returned. Awandu back into the game. Marco 0 for 2 from beyond.
The rotation on a regular basis and actually producing on a consistent basis. You and I a couple years ago really liked him. Wow.
9th seed. That's the last seed or maybe I should say more accurately, is
Indiana. That's my focus right now. We're not going to worry about Toronto or Boston or who's behind us. We're going to worry about the... Oh.
And here is Saric.
Thought Joel tried to kick that for a second.
Oh, Embiid, compliment T, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, absolutely.
Right now, he's running away from his team. There is Redick, and he promptly thinking about it. Ilyasova running in,
that's a foul.
Sent to the wood. Embiid tracks it down. Joel for three. Get away from Embiid.
Most of the time when JoJo swings it through, he gets a foul. Not that time.
Boy, Embiid, I believe, got a piece of the rock, and Augustine sent sprawling. Covington. That was for three. 10 wins for the Sixers as recently as 2 years ago. Oh, that was, well, nearly interceded. Covington, another three. Yes.
You're right. You're right. You've got the aspirations. Nice anticipation.
Simmons the steal and more showtime. Teammates yelling out, same.
Good communication. That's what you're supposed to do.
Look.
Leaving it all out on the floor as Dario just unable to convert.
Augustine had it blocked here. Augustine trying to burst through, cannot. Hezonja trying to get through, cannot. There you see the value of Amir Johnson, his ability to switch. Simmons rebound number 10, so 4 points and 2 assists away from a triple-double. Marco Bellinelli and Amitrovic off the miss. Hezonja lines up a three. His first 4 from beyond before connecting. By the way, Orlando just 4 of 23 from beyond.
They've got a cornerstone piece to their organization. That's a proud organization in Utah.
Oh, yeah. Justin Anderson, first time in the second half. So all bench right now for Brett Brown. See if it stays that way. The Sixers holding 35 points. It is a Gordon 3. Jamel Artis in the game for the first time.
The Lakeland Magic.
And again, this is the time of the season for the Magic to look at some young guys and Brett Brown.
That's what it's all about in the world of the 76ers, Marcus, striking that balance.
Molly, it's great stuff. We thank you so much for that.
From the moment he entered the league until now, very interesting.
And by the way, it's almost a contradiction in terms. Rebound on McConnell. Sixers need an easy hoop here. Korkmaz. That's a nice look. Well done.
General manager of the 87 about his progress is the turnover.
And a breakaway for Purvis, and Brett Brown.
As we were boarding the plane, and he said to me, listen, I wasn't bringing my starters back. I was going to live and die with those guys. Fortunately,
Magic running out of shot clock. They made the playoffs. Right now, they are on the doorstep. There is Spates. That's become a...
Come out, work hard for 3 quarters, establish a nice lead, give yourself and your team a 4th quarter mental break.
You're not asking the right guy. You know that.
Carl Weathers, of course, better known as Apollo Creed, absorbed the contact, and he's not quite accustomed to the physicality yet, but wow. One position a little off, because where's the 2 guard? Where's the shooting come from? Korkmaz is at the 3. You've seen it making the most of it.
Teach.
One of my delay of game warning there, Mark, on that inbound.
I've taken note. Holmes hits the 3. Good job by Anderson to stay away from the restricted area.
Again.
Very special. Especially as it relates to home games. He wants to be out there. The Sixers, the majority of the... Justin Anderson, some of the expressions on his face are priceless.
I think he's having a little fun with the bench right now, too. They're egging him on. I'm not going out there and covering him.
And that's definitely for 3. And there's Spates throwing it with Golden State.
You don't ever want to be in a situation where you need help from this team or this team has to lose. Handle the business in front of you. That's all that you can do.
Well, for the record, that last...